Okay, my dear students, as you all know, that we were discussing different aspects which are related to the research and publication ethics. The paper, the syllabi which is being recommended by University Grants Commission to came to know that each and every one scholar or the student of this universe must be apprised about the ethics. If any kind of the ethics is not to be implemented and not to be adopted, then we are not able to claim and implement that the research which we have done is accurate and is okay and it is beneficial for the society. During previous lectures, we were discussing about the concept regarding the research and publication ethics. And recently, we are discussing here how to deal with the misconduct. Different bodies, University Grants Commission, Committee on Publication Ethics, WME, WME, World Association of Medical Editors, and other organizations, they collaborated together, sit together, and they have designed different manuals, different principles, different guidelines, so that each and every one must be aware about these guidelines. A teacher of this university, this particular paper is being allotted to me that we have to share or we have to pass the knowledge from one generation to another. With these words, I am going to start with the manual for sciences, which is very much relevant manual, which is being created by different countries. They have collected their resources, they have shared their resources, and after that, they have prepared this manual. Some of the students were asking about the material, where we will get this material about the research and publication ethics. My dear students, this particular manual is very much important for you all. It is manual for research and publication ethics in science and engineering. Most of the students from the science background, maybe from the pure science, physical science, life sciences, and other sciences like social sciences, commerce and management fields. They must aware about these ethics. And the source of this manual is given. Here I will share each and everything with you all. The name of the manual is Manual for Research and Publication Ethics in Science and Engineering. And a particular organization, and these are the authors, we must acknowledge the contribution of these authors. This book is published by Korean Federation of Science and Technology Societies, Seoul, Korea. The website of this particular document is given. The authors are mentioned in the opening of this page. One of the students is willing to join. The authors of this manual are mentioned here: Yeon Seong Hwang, Yeon Hee Cho, Yong Mong Kim, Kim Hong Park, Hwa Chul Sun, Tai Woong Yoon, Jeong Mook Lim. That is a team of different countries. And this particular federation has published this particular document to give the information, to give the awareness to the society. And it is mentioned here under this point. This is an open access publication distributed under the terms of the Creative Commons Attribution License. Why I am sharing this thing? For example, in future, or maybe in the present, if you are willing to publish a book, you are willing to write a book, then these are some terms and conditions and the formalities as well as the guidelines which we have to implement, which we have to mention in the beginning of the book. This is an open access publication. It means to say there is no any question that we can retrieve it without any permission or not. Yes, you can retrieve, you can download this document, you can take the printout of this document. There is no confusion. Which permits unrestricted use, distribution, reproduction in any medium, provided the original work is properly cited. The condition is that, simple, one condition. You must mention the reference of this original work. After that, you can utilize. You can utilize this document for any purpose. In different modes, you can create the audios, videos, you can create the PowerPoint presentations and other documents by using it. But you must mention the reference if you are willing to take any kind of the quote from that. Next, another point is National Library of Korea cataloging in the publication. CIP, it is a part of that. And that is the reference. Manual for Research and Publication Ethics in Engineering, -- all authors, and then societies to 016. Which page you are mentioning, mention the page. Next one is the ISBN number cannot be sold to anyone. One more thing I have to share with this, because it is a manual and it is not meant for sale. You should get it printed. For example, this particular society has printed 1000 copies and you have to sell it. No, it is not for the selling purpose. It is meant for the awareness, only and only awareness, to follow the guidelines. Next one is, if you see here, the book was ported by, yes, I told you earlier, my dear scholars.
Excuse me, sir. The screen is blank.
Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, no problem. How much time before?
So from the very starting.
Okay, no problem. Now visible? Yes,
Yes,
no?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We were dealing with misconduct, COP guidelines we have declared, mentioned. And the second one was principle of the COP WAM guidelines, which we have discussed already. Today, we are discussing this manual. I hope it is visible. The name of the manual is there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Manual for Research and Publication Ethics in the Science and Engineering, the first page. And these are the authors which we have mentioned. And that is the reference of this. What the condition is that if you are willing to utilize this document in any purpose, in any use, it is meant for, it permits unrestricted use, distribution, and reproduction in any medium, provided the original work is properly cited. Mean to say, you have to do the citation of that particular work. If you are willing to ignore that, or you are not giving any kind of the acknowledgement, then it is under the heading of the conflict of the interest. Therefore, it is necessary that we must mention the citation of this manual. I hope is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one is, as I told you earlier, the books which were printed by this particular society, the number of the books were 1000. But it is not meant for sale. Every book or every manual, if you get it printed and documented, You have to share it without any cost, without any price. My dear student, the whole book is to be available in your Google Classroom after the completion of this lecture, and you can utilize for different purposes. And another feature, the book is printed on acid-free paper to protect the environment. Because of this particular book is using the paper. Therefore, we must aware from the first point of view at the beginning that we must use that paper which is must be acid free. No any kind of the fragrance or the odor must be there. Demand from the bookseller, please provide me acid free paper, and you have to take the print of this book. Now, here is aim and scope. It is mentioned very much clear. As I told you earlier, in case of the journals, in case of the magazines, every journal must mention its aim and objective on their website. Similarly, the editors, the authors, the book authors must mention why you are going to publish this book. What is the logic behind that? The manual covers a wide range of issues regarding the research and publication ethics in science and engineering, written to raise South Korea and other Asian countries' standard of the research and publication ethics. Why I have selected this book? Because of being the part of our countries of this Asia contingent, I have to check this book. Is it relevant in our scenario? Yes, why not? Because we all are the part and parcel of the Asia contingent. Under this continent, we must, this book is written to raise the South Korea and other Asian countries' standard of research and publication ethics. Purpose is what? So that we can boost up our standards of the research. So that we came to aware, we can create the awareness among the scholars about the ethics in science up to the international level, so that we can compete at the global level. And we will not be able to say that we have been breached by anyone. No, there is no any conflict of the interest. If we will read this manual, then you will get more and more and elaborate information. Now the target readers, who is the target reader? All. Mean to say researcher, you are, students, we are, journal editors, editor staff members, publisher, manuscript editors, statistical editors, peer reviewers, employees of the journal publishing house, librarian, etc., etc. So on and so forth. It means to say this manual is very much peculiar document for them who are or who have been in the research work. Now, level of the content. It is meant for all, helpful to scientists and students at any level once they are performing researches and writing research articles. Limitations. We must mention. What is the limitation of that? International standard of the ethics and level of ethics of the ordinary South Korean researcher and citizens as of 2014. It means to say they have collected ethics which were prevailing or have been approved up to 2014. But they are saying that we have not covered the whole standards, whole ethics, which are prevailing in the international scenario. That was the limitation. Because of every time the content of the ethics is going to change, every time another kind of the ethics evolve, as per the research, as per the scenario of the disease, like COVID-19 protocol. Before COVID-19, mean to say December 19, there was no any COVID protocol, no any ethical values or ethical guidelines were not prepared for the COVID-19 protocol. As and when the situation arises, immediately ethical guidelines were prepared by different scientists, different organizations, different countries. Now, the another point is given use. Source. Yes, it must be disclosed. Next one is expected time for comprehension. It means to say we must spare at least 1 hour for 96 days, or in 96 hours we can read the whole book. Now, another point is given here. Author claims that they are saying we have no conflict of interest with any of the agency discussed in this manual. Okay, no problem. Then disclaimer, they are not taking the liability of that. Neither the publisher nor the authors will be legally liable for the material presented here. They are disclaiming it. In addition, they cannot guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or the usefulness of the information provided. It is not compulsory, and we are not taking the guarantee that every document, every fact is 100% accurate. Next one is privacy confidentiality policy. No personal information is given under this particular book. Endorsement, accuracy, disclaimer, advertisement. Now, come to the next point, and you can have a small look on the contents of this book. Different chapters are there. 1. Contents, research ethics in science. Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 chapters are there. And what we have to discuss today, it is related to our guidelines. Now, the purpose is that I have to share this thing with you all. I hope everything is clear, visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because we were discussing the principles of the ethical conduct in research. As per this book, as per this manual, what we have to see? The first one is honesty. Everywhere it is mentioned that all scientists, all researchers must be honest. In what sense? In terms of any kind of the document, any kind of the research, any kind of the result, interpretation, or any kind of the conclusion as and when they will reach on that, that must be fair. Any kind of the biasness may not be there. No any manipulation is required. The first principle is saying scientists should not fabricate, not falsify, or misrepresent the result. They should be objective, unbiased, truthful in all respect of the research process. Second one is carefulness. Mean to say we must represent or the present our results in an unbiased manner, but we must take care of every kind of the methodology, and we have to avoid human error, avoid self-deception, and not be indulged in the conflict of the interest. Moreover, we must be open in case of the research. My dear scholars, as I have stated earlier, if you are willing to listen, willing to learn, willing to teach, any of the generation in any one aspect. We all must be open every time. Being a teacher, I can learn so many things from you all. Being a student, you can learn so many things from me. Yes. Similarly, in case of the research, we must be open. Every scientist must be open. Every scholar must be open. If Sanju madam or the Sanjana is very much expert in case of the referencing style, then Renu Tawar can take the help. What is the problem? No. If another Mahak Jindal is there, she is expert to do the review of literature in a proper platform, in a proper tabular form, then we can take the help. Where is the problem? No. Therefore, the third principle is saying we must open. Scientists should share data, results, methods, ideas, techniques, and tools. They should allow other scientists to review their work and be open to criticism and new ideas. If you have some mistake or some error, then invite the another scientist. Let him review your progress. Where is the problem? No. Next one is freedom. No any problem or no any hypothesis be developed without any result. In case of the social sciences, we develop hypothesis, perception, imagination. On what basis? On the basis of our ideology, on the basis of review of literature, on the basis of our experience, on the basis of the expert advice. But in case of the pure science, no hypothesis can be done. If the boiling point of the water is 60°, then it must be. Different environment, different culture, they will not affect the temperature of the body, temperature of the boiling of the water. No. Similarly here, we must free. They should be allowed to pursue new ideas and criticize old ones. Yes, they must be open. Now, credit should be given where credit is due. I mean to say, we must acknowledge the work. Responsibility and credit should be viewed at two sides of the same coin. A person should be given credit for a piece of the research. Okay, one of the scientists or the inventor invented the telephone. Today, we have invented mobile. We cannot ignore the first inventor of the telephone. No. If Graham Bell has invented that tool or the instrument, we cannot ignore today. Yes, you can do advancement, you can do redevelopment, you can review that progress. Yes, why not? We must review it. But we cannot ignore. We must acknowledge. Next one is education. Scientists should educate prospective scientists to ensure that they learn how to conduct good science. Like you and me, we must ensure, we must share our knowledge from one generation to another, third, fourth, fifth. Yes. Who will build up the good scientists? Our seniors, our teachers, they can build up, they can develop the scientists who will do the good research. If we will not give any kind of the awareness, we will not share our knowledge with them, how they will become the good scientist? No. Third one is, or the next one is, you can say, social responsibility. We must be socially responsible. We will have to take care of the society. We must feel obliged that our society has rendered a lot to us, and we must do the efforts for the betterment and the benefit of the society where we are living. If Mr. Haider is winning Thus, he is saying my society is having such kind of social problem. Being a social scientist, being a sociologist, I must go to those people. Yes, we have to do that work. Being a farmer, I have to share my knowledge. Being the agricultural development officer with my farmers. Yes, these are the crops, and you have to take the seed and utilize it, and you can create the benefit. You can give more output with these advanced seeds. Next one is legality. Any query, any question up to this level?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Legality is what? In the process of the research, scientists should be obey the laws. Yes. If any kind of the Copyright Act, Patent Act is being developed by a country to protect their rights, we must obey. Not obliged to attend the queries of the Patent Act. No. If the provisions are being made, we must follow. For example, in our university, academic integrity and research ethics policies being developed and implemented. And one of the scholars came to me, as and when he or she came to me and said that, okay, sir, I will not take any kind of the plagiarism certificate from the department. I will submit my thesis without the certificate. What is that? That is illegal. Legality is the what? What kind of the rule regulation is applicable in that country, in that nation, in that university or the organization or the institute? We must follow. And we have to do the work in that boundaries. Yes, that is known as legality. Now, the opportunity should not be unfair data. If it is demanded for different laboratories of different countries, different nations, to review the results, to implement the results, in those peripheries, we should not deny. No. If one particular medicine is being invented by Indian scientists, if that particular injection or that valve can give the, or the tablet can give the benefit to the my colleagues who are living in Iraq or Baghdad, I must provide. Why? Because of it is an opportunity to share, to render your services to the society. Because we are all are the part and parcel of the society. As you all know, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is mine, and I am for the whole world. Then, with that particular metaphor, we have to share each and everything. Next one is mutual respect. Yes, we must acknowledge, recognize, obliged with my colleagues who is working in a particular city or a country or a particular continent. Suppose I am working on the moringa, Moringa, a particular tree is there. One of the university, Central University Mahendragarh, they have received a patent on yesterday that the brain, how to activate the brain with the use of the moringa process. What is that? If it is in the need of brain application or the brain process, the same process is required in Iraq or Baghdad or in Pakistan or Australia or England or USA or China or Britain, we must share. Because of research has no boundaries. Because of search has no boundaries. Anywhere we can search, anywhere we can share our resources, and we must give them mutual respect. We will not harm anyone. Principle implies that scientists should not harm one another, either physically or psychologically. Yes. If a one person or the one scientist of Iraq is doing well, the scientist from US is saying no, that particular research is not okay. It is wrong. Gentleman or gentle lady, if you have not seen the results, then you cannot say this thing. Firstly, meet together, get information, then you will visualize and analyze the results, then you will see what we have to say. Because of, if they will not respect the personal privacy of anyone, what will happen? That will temper each and every experiment. Nothing will be there. Next one is efficiency. We must utilize our resources very much efficiently and with efficacy and efficiently. If the research that could probably be reported in one paper is something divided into 3, 4, 5, no. We must give the whole data in one paper. If you will give in parts, what will happen? The another reader, another scientist, another researcher will not able to understand where is the part 1 and where is the part 4. If we will collect together, give in detail or provide the reference, okay, if you are willing to know more than that or the more details, please contact that fellow. Therefore, this scientific community resources must be shared in an efficient manner. Next one is respect for subject. Yes, we should not violate right and dignity of the human subjects. In case of the experiments, we are doing so many experiments in our laboratories, specifically in case of the life sciences. We must respect human object. We will not harm anyone. If we are giving a trial or taking a trial of the COVID vaccination, then we must take care of human object. They will not get disturbed. Next one is another guideline is, these were the guidelines which are related to in 1998 and that have been updated in 2009. One more thing which is very much different from the previous one. Second point, objectivity. We must have the experimental design in an objective manner. We must declare it in advance. Okay, what is your objective? Why you are doing research? It is in the benefit of the society or for the destroy of the society? No. My dear scholars, as I have told you earlier, nuclear paradox in the previous lectures during the study of the philosophy. So many countries, they are developing nuclear weapons. But they have maintained a treaty, okay, we will not give any attack or we will not attack through the nuclear weapons. Or we will not harm any country with the use of the nuclear weapon. Then why you are creating? Why you are developing? Why money? For the purpose of the development or building of these nuclear weapons. Why you are structuring it? That is known as nuclear paradox. Similarly here, we must be objective. Why we are doing research? If it is in the benefit of the society, then okay, proceed. If it is not the betterment of the society, then why you are wasting the money and time or the intellectual? No need. Next one, H. Carefulness. We must be careful about everything. We must maintain the good records of the research activities. Proper documentation must be there, and maintain and improve your own professional competencies and expertise through lifelong education and learning. Yes, my dear scholars, we must agree with it, this statement. Every time we learn, and we have to follow these principles. Maintain the confidentiality, then carefulness, respect for colleagues, and respect for intellectual property. Nowadays, from 1995, you have see or you have to see there is an increasing trend. There is an increasing trend for the registration of IPRs, intellectual property rights. Why? Because of as and when WTO GATT has emerged in a different scenario, GATT has been abolished and WTO has been active at that moment. What is going on? Every kind of the new research must be patented. Without any patent, you cannot utilize. You cannot share. What happened? It meant to say we have increased our respect toward the intellectual property. Yes, if I did a research, it can be shared, but without any kind of the documentation, it will not be shared. You will take the permission from me, and after that, we have to share it. I hope everything is okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Now, respect for the law, as I have told already, we must feel obliged about the legal provisions. Next one is respect for research subject. Sometimes you see science students are saying, okay, we are very much intelligent. Commerce are saying, yes, we are also intelligent. Art student or the social science students are not referred as equivalent to science students. But my dear scholars, every one subject has its own importance, equal importance, maybe more than that. As I have taken an example by naming the name of the Mr. Heather, in social dilemma, there are so many panchayat, gram sabhas, or the sarpanchis and panchis culture is there, panchayati raj system is there in different countries for the purpose of the democracy. If we take an example of the India regarding the panchayati raj institutions, where we elect a sarpanch. Sarpanch is the head of the village who is looking after the growth and development of a village. How it will be developed, what kind of the work is to be done regarding the building and infrastructure as well as education also. But point is that what will be the criteria to elect one sarpanch or the panch? Or what is the criteria to elect or appoint a vice chancellor or the registrar in the university? Who have developed? There was no any scientist from the pure science? No. How you will lead the life? How you will motivate the life? Who did that? Only the philosophers. who have studied, who have developed the philosophy of the life. How you will create moral values, ethical values among you. If we all are not ethical, we are not having any kind of the moral values, can we allow our scientists to do the research in the lab? No. Those philosophers, Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, those philosophers have developed these philosophies. How you will deal and lead your life. So that a particular peaceful environment will build up in the society, in my village, in my country, in my home, in my house, in my school, in my college, in my university. It means to say there is a sense of belongingness is being developed or have been developed or had been developed. Okay, if one teacher is taking class, another teacher or a student will not disturb. Another point, if a student is working his classwork or her classwork, teacher will not disturb, or the another student will not disturb, or another family member will not disturb to him or her. What is that? This philosophy has been developed by those peoples. There was no any pure science. There was no any lab experiment, nothing. When you are speaking or listening, which brain is working for the purpose of listening or hearing, they have been experimented, they have been researched by the pure scientist. But on roadside, at the time of the driving of your car, how you will act and react, who have given this knowledge to you? Traffic police? Yes. But the traffic police is not built up in the lab or the laboratories. No. Our society is that structure which will give every kind of the information to us, every kind of the ethical values to us, every kind of the code of ethics, how to lead and deal your life. Therefore, I'm saying we must respect all research subjects. A subject is sociology is equivalent to biology. Maybe more than that, but we are not giving any kind of the comparison. Every subject must be respected. A student of the public administration or journalism is equivalent to a student of biotechnology or the biology or the zoology. Yes. There is no gap. Therefore, we must respect our research subject. One, it is related to our discipline. Second one is any animal or human object is being used in case of the research, we must respect to them. If we are treating the rat for the experiment, we must respect. If we are taking a trial of the COVID vaccination, we must respect all patients in a proper manner. Next one is stewardship. It means to say, make good use of the human, financial, and technological resources. Take care of material, tools, samples, research sites. If you are visiting a particular lab for any experiment, you just go to the experiment, come back. But it is expected from you that you will not destroy or not do the wastage or not through any kind of the equipment from here to there. No. That is very much important. It is our social responsibility that we have to take care of it. Next one is we must be free to speak, and it is also the responsibility. We will not disturb anyone for that purpose. It means to say research institutions and governments should not interfere with freedom of the thought and inquiry. Sometimes, my dear students, I can share one more example with you all. Sometimes higher authorities who are engaged in social administration or the public administration, in our system, a deputy commissioner or the collector is there to control the administrative post. Sometimes they say, in case of the IAS, Indian Administrative Services, or others, they say, what the teachers work? Just to take 2 lectures in one day, 12 lecture for 1 week, nothing more than that. But the point is that who is free to imbibe different thoughts, different inquiries in their mind? Only the teacher is there. Only the researcher is there, who has spent a lot of time for the purpose of development of a theory, for the development of a particular scheme, syllabi, design, experimental design, laboratory experiment, and there is no any time to finish that work. He or she is engaging himself or herself to give more and more input to the society, so that the society will get benefited from these researches. With these words, I complete this my lecture by saying this thing, that we were dealing with the misconduct COP guidelines we have studied, and the principles which were given by COP and WEMI. And today's lecture was Manual for Science, page number 4 to 7. We have discussed and elaborated. In the next lecture, what the policy is there, which is being developed by the University Grants Commission in 2018, and our university has implemented from this year, from the day of the 6th of the September 2021 in toto. And then we will share with you how you will implement this policy for your research purposes, for your PhD purposes. And then we will communicate to you all how to deal with research and publication ethics. With these words, thanks a lot to you all. And I request you all that you have to mention in your chat box your name, your department, and your supervisor name also. With these words, thanks a lot. If any query, any question, you can ask.